Okay, we're gonna make this intro short and sweet because it's hot and I want to turn the fan back on. You may recognize this particular setting from some of my other videos. This is in fact my childhood bedroom and my parents' house. Why am I living in my parents' house? Well, I graduated university with a degree in film, and the film industry is the pinnacle of non-essential, so parents. Basically, I'm going to be living here for the next 6 months, but here's the issue. Do you see the issue? I decorated this starting when I was in middle school, and the decoration went all the way up until high school, and I just never really stopped. It was a constant work in progress, and it's fine to come back here, for vacation and weekends and be like, remember when I was a teenager and I put horse posters everywhere? But if I'm going to be living here and trying to work and trying to be an adult, it's really hard to be an adult when this is the space that I live in. It just cognitive dissonance up the wazoo. So I'm going to take everything down. Absolutely everything that you see here. Some of it might go back up, but definitely in a more minimalist, tasteful way. I'm not a minimalist. I will never be a minimalist. It's not who I am. But this whole thing, it is overwhelming. It is the physical embodiment of a sensory overload. And it's not me anymore. So I'm taking it all down. I'm taking you along for the ride. Please enjoy seeing how many holes I have in my walls. So come with me on this room transformation journey, and we're going to start right up there. Let me direct your eyes. I don't have a cameraman. That is the ceiling. Why is the ceiling covered, you may be wondering? Because it felt so empty. It felt like it was left out when all the walls were covered. So naturally I cut up a bunch of old calendars and stuck them all up there for several hours, like Michelangelo, or at least I felt like Michelangelo, probably didn't look like it. And we're going to start there with taking everything down. So let's not do that, but let's get to it. I just took off the first one and I realized a grave mistake. I apparently used duct tape to stick these up. Oh my god. Okay, well, that'll be fun to scrape off individually. So I'm fully acknowledging that I could have just used royalty-free music for these sections, but I didn't want to because that felt generic and like a cop-out. So instead, you're going to listen to me practice the bouzouki and maybe play a little song. And if you're wondering what a bouzouki is, it is a Greek instrument. It's kind of like a guitar and a mandolin had a little double-stringed baby. I've definitely played it in other videos. Please enjoy the 3 chords that I know. There it is. There's a blank ceiling. There's still some sticky tack up there that I have to get, which I will get, but my neck hurts. You see, I would be jarringly bare if you had all this and then you go straight up and there's absolutely nothing. So something that can probably be gleaned by this room is that I'm a little bit of a hoarder. I'm working on it. It is a process. But part of the reason I was reluctant for a long time to get rid of this stuff is that for the calendars in particular, you can see through it, I used to use them as a little bit of a diary. You can see I used to keep track of what horses I rode, and I used to play basketball for many years, and I would always keep track of how much we would win or lose, so I would write what horse I rode, and then a little, note about how it went. I guess I used to keep track of how happy I was, so I guess I used to have a lot of really good days. Love that. Okay, now that the ceiling is done, the next thing we're going to do is the horse posters, because frankly they are the majority, and they are the majority of the problem as well. because I am ceaselessly mocked by my friends for being a horse girl. Because although I came out recently as non-binary, my true gender is and always has been horse girl. I have dozens of these posters, and if you're wondering where might you have gotten so many of these posters, well, I have the answer. I got it from all of these. I recently found my stash of horse magazines. They used to all come with a poster inside, and I put up every single poster without fail. I'm going to drop these. I dropped them. It was what I did. Every month I would get a horse poster, I would stick it up on the wall, and that is how you end up with this many horse posters. I'm also going to go for the postcards. My dad travels a lot for work, or he did. Now no one travels. And he would always bring back tons and tons of postcards. I'm definitely going to keep some of them, but I'm going to take everything down to begin with, and then I'll figure out what I want to do with them. So let's get to it. So when I say I'm a hoarder, I don't mean it in this quirky, like, oh, I just have a really cluttered aesthetic kind of thing. I mean, some of these magazines are from well over 10 years ago. I'm looking at an edition now that says October 2009. I was 11 when I got that, and I have kept every single one. And here's the thing, this isn't even all of them. This is only Horse Illustrated, because Horse Illustrated had the most reread value, if there is a reread value to a magazine. I did used to read the articles in these, but I haven't written in quite some time, and even though I miss it, it doesn't look like it's coming back in my life anytime soon. And you know what? When that does become a part of my life again, I can just get some new magazines. So these are going to go along with all the posters. Because even though some of these posters are or were nice, a lot of them are just so old and cruddy now. They've lived a life. It's time for them to go. But this is what I mean when I say a lot of them have just had their time and they're done, because they are old, they're thin, they're yellowing. It's time for them to go. So something fun about these posters is they're all double-sided. Oh, damn. So you know it's been on there for a long time. They're all double-sided. So on occasion, maybe like once or twice a year, I would take them all down, clear everything off, and flip them all over and put them back up. And some of them, would go from vertical to horizontal, so you had to do it like a little puzzle. Everything had to fit back in a different way, and that was always a really fun sort of puzzle thing that I would do. And here we see why I had to buy the spackle, because holy crap. I accidentally started taking down this wall without explaining anything first. This was one of my favorites because a lot of the posters, we'll call them pieces, we'll be fancy, are, I don't know, they're unique, they're special, some of them have stories. So, I'm a big fan of this wall. I'm probably going to keep several items off of this one, especially the painting and the Doors poster, because I'm not allowed to throw the Doors poster out, so. But as I have been saying all day, let's get to it. So this giant Pirates of the Caribbean poster hasn't come off my wall in a while, and I found out it's double-sided. but not in the way you think. I could have had a Cars poster this whole time. How you know my shit's old as hell? On the back of this Orlando Bloom in Pirates of the Caribbean poster, this fucking Miley Cyrus at the ripe old age of 13 or whatever. So we have now come to the last wall. This is compiled entirely of Entertainment Weekly clippings. So here's the thing. This wall was a project, took a very long time. It was a lot of Jenga, a lot of Tetris. I don't know what game I'm trying to reference here, but it was a lot of work to do this. And some of these are very nice. I'm particularly fond of this Agent Carter one. A couple other nice ones around here. But this is a mess. This is too much. I don't even like all the actors and movies that I have up here anymore. And now I think I'm gonna do something that I've wanted to do to this wall for a very long time. I thought that the horse posters were bad. These are just magazine pages. So let's get to the rest of it. So now we have come to the very last poster that is left on the wall. There are still a couple of other odds and ends that are on the wall, but this is the last poster. This is also, and I did not realize this until I got very close to the end, the first horse poster I got. The very first one from my very first issue of Young Rider. And I'm just gonna take it down, because if I remember correctly, the opposite side is very, very cute. Yes, it is. Adorable. Don't mind the tripod legs. Adorable. It's just freaking cute. It's adorable. I'm really sweaty now. Should we? Oh, that's not at all what I thought that was gonna do. Wow. But, you know, holes to be spackled. Empty walls, empty ceiling, empty chairs, and empty tables. And let's just... That is a hell of a lot. Holy shit. God, that's awful. Awful, awful, awful. This is the collection of sticky tack that is almost all dried and awful and is going to be going in the garbage. Why did I do that? And these are the push pins, tacks, whatever you want to call them. Holy hell. If you need push pins, call me. I will mail them to you. So looking at all the horse posters, we have 12 of the big boys and 46 of the little boys, making for a total of, quick maths, 58 horse posters that were on my walls. Wowza. So out of everything that was on these walls, we're throwing away these large bags and keeping just that. I did decide to keep the one Zenyatta poster. We gotta have one true horse poster, not this painting, but a horse poster. Ooh, the echo. Hi, welcome. Through movie magic, it has been mere moments, if that, for you, but it has actually been like 2 weeks for me. Yes, I am still wearing the exact same outfit. I haven't gotten out of it because that's continuity. I did get a haircut though because I don't care about continuity that much. In the meantime, I have moved out of my apartment and now fully have all my belongings back at my parents' house because I'm an adult. What are you? So I got rid of most of what came down off the walls, but I brought back a lot of decorations that had been at my apartment, and I'm much more happy with these because they're, more adult, because as we all know, only adults have a full copy of the Declaration of Independence that they hang up on their wall. And even though I did just spackle my entire room to cover up all the holes, I'll probably be putting a few new holes in there because industrial poster putty and command hooks only gets you so far. But I'm not nearly going to be putting up the same number, so I think we're good with that. My current plan is that this wall behind me is going to be the Greek accent wall because, as we know, I only have two facets to my personality, that I am Greek and I am gay. I already have my pride flag up there, so I just got to put up, the Greek, it's upside down, the Greek stuff. And then the rest I'm going to kind of mosey it all around. I've got some ideas cooking. You'll get to see them right now. So let's go.
There's a gnat in my bazooki. Can he live in there?
Listen to me. If you're sad, go out right now and buy yourself some poster putty because this bad boy, it's just like a gooey Kit Kat. You just want to break it apart and oh yeah, it's free serotonin. Okay, one wall basically done. I don't like this giant empty space here, but I am vibing pretty hard with this accent wall. I'm going to figure out something else to put there. It might not be Greek, but this is a very good start. I think now I'm going to flip reverse and do this wall, because the wall that I'm facing right now is where I want to do like my paintings, and I have a whole bunch of command hooks. Let's go into it.
Honestly, time for my best song. Great start, folks.
I just did like half the video when I wasn't recording. So what I said was, I'm done. Welcome to my new and improved room. I'll give a room tour in just a sec, but before I do, I want to say I'm really proud of the progress I made. No, please, mow your lawn a little louder. Anyone watching who has hoarding tendencies, it is hard, and it's really hard to kind of move past it. And even though my room still is a lot and would probably look like too much to a lot of people, it's way pared down from what it used to be, and it still feels like it's mine, like it has my touch on it. And there are a couple other little projects I might do with it, but for now I'm really happy, and I'd like to show you what my room looks like, so just come on this journey with me. We're starting over here by the desk. Here we have some drying sage, some drying basil from my friend's garden, a few tea tins because I kind of pathologically collect them. These are the old little things I painted when I was a kid, and they're all going in the garbage. I saved these two that my mom did because I think they're cute, and that one that I did because it is horrendous. We have a border of Chinese postcards because, dear Lord, I want to go to China. I studied Chinese for 5 years. These are some other posters. These are paintings that I made right here. This one is something my friend made to say thank you for being a dead body in her film. Shout out to Anna. This poster I hung upside down for about a month in my old apartment before realizing it. That's a paint by numbers. This is the Doors poster, and apparently it's too low on the ground and should be in the center, quote, place of honor, according to my dad. This Zenyatta poster is the only horse poster that I've kept, and that is because Zenyatta is my favorite racehorse. We've got some paintings of Van Gogh. This picture of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson with a forged Ted Cruz signature. Obviously, some dried roses. And now the Greek accent wall. We have postcard border, some sketches, paintings, a Pirates of the Caribbean poster because I had to fill that gap. And of course, the Declaration of Independence because obviously we need that. You know, we've got scarf curtain. I don't have a closet door. Bookshelf. A little altar here because everyone picked up hobbies during quarantine and I decided mine is witchcraft. A second bookcase that came from my apartment with makeup, crafting, and more books because holy shit, do I have a lot of books. And a nice mocha my mommy made me. And I'm almost certainly getting rid of that TARDIS lamp because I got it when I was 12. And some stones on my windowsill because I'm like that. So, that is my new and improved bedroom. I feel accomplished. How do you feel? Definitely looks like a place that an adult who had to move back in with their parents now lives. This episode has been brought to you by approximately 10,000 horses now being replaced with the smell of slowly drying herbs. That's it. That's all I got. I'm tired. I fell down the stairs 2 days ago. Bye.